Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Marketing Your Car.
Welcome to the Marketing in Your Car podcast, where you can increase your traffic, conversions, and sales in just 10 minutes a day. And now, here's your host, Russell Brunson.
Hey, guys and gals, and all my friends out there. It's been a little while since we hung out, and I apologize, but I've been traveling like crazy and finally getting to a spot where I can report back and hang out. But if you've been watching my Snapchats, then you've been seeing all the craziness that's been happening. So last week, it's kind of the last minute spur of the moment, we decided to go to Kenya with World Teachers Aid. And it's usually a 10-day trip, but I have an event starting tomorrow. Therefore, I could not go for 10 days. So we thought, well, the trip's broken down in two parts. First part, you go and you see the kids in the villages and you help build the schools and that kind of stuff. And the second half's a safari. So we decided, well, we won't go to safari. We'll just focus on the first half. So that's kind of what we did, which was really cool. And so that was where we've been. So we weren't supposed to go. Dylan, one of the Clickfunnels co-founders, was supposed to go, but then he was working on the new editor and just kind of ran out of time and didn't get his shots and stuff. So we headed in and last minute kind of went there. So we've been doing that. And so on the way there, we decided, hey, we have a couple days at the beginning that we do have some free time. So we actually flew to Amsterdam for 2 days and hung out there, which was cool. I've never been to Amsterdam before, but it's awesome. It's like super quiet. Like I was walking around like the downtown and there's no cars anywhere. It's mostly everyone's on bikes. I was telling Colette, I'm like, listen, like, do you notice how quiet it is here? Like, it was just crazy quiet. And it was really neat though. We loved it and had a great time. Did a boat tour through all the canals and saw the Anne Frank house and a bunch of other cool things. That was awesome. Then went to Kenya and had a chance to hang out with these little kids. And it was just like last time, 4 years ago we went. It was a very emotional, powerful experience to see these kids and the transformations. One of the cool things is that the village that we spent all of our time in 4 years ago, we had a chance to go back there and see kind of the progress and how things had evolved. And there's this little girl that we've been kind of helping. Her name is Jane. And when we saw her 4 years ago, she's a little, I think she was 13 or 14 years old. And we've been sponsoring her and helping her get through high school and stuff, and just amazing to see her progress. And my wife and her really connected before, so my wife was bawling her eyes out seeing her, and it was a really neat experience. And then after that, I went to a new village that was like the most beautiful place. It's the cliff this big huge, it was up on the mountain looking over like this huge valley, and it was beautiful. But the kids didn't have school yet, so they had just were almost finished with the school, and it was amazing. And just such a cool experience. So one thing that you may or may not know as a ClickFunnels member is that every time you build a funnel and it goes live, $1 goes towards World Teacher Aid, and we're always working on that, trying to help support those guys and build more schools and support more children. And it's just amazing to see the transformation from 4 years ago till this week, which was really cool. And then we jumped in a plane to head home so we could hurriedly get home. We're supposed to get home Monday because Aiden's birthday, my little 5 and now 6-year-old, his birthday's on Monday, so we had everything booked and travel so we could fly and get home in time for his birthday. We're supposed to get in Boise Lake at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we were going to take him out to dinner, and then the next day take him to the water park. So that was the plan. Unfortunately, plans don't always go how they're supposed to. So we get into Kenya, and they're like, oh, the dude who was supposed to be flying his plane is late. So we were 4 hours late leaving from Kenya, which was horrible because our layover in Amsterdam was 2 hours. So we finally leave Kenya, we fly to Amsterdam, get to Amsterdam, and our plane's already gone. So they rebook us on one that's like 7 hours later. So we're waiting forever. Finally, we get on that one, and we fly from Amsterdam to where are we going to? Minneapolis. So we get to Minneapolis, and so we missed Monday, which was kind of sad because we missed his birthday, but we'll still be there at 2 in the morning, and we'll go take him to the water park on Tuesday. That'll be awesome. So we're sitting there, and then the flight, of course, in Minneapolis gets delayed, 3 hours and 5 hours. So we're sitting there waiting, and finally we're about to board, and they say, oh, by the way, all the pilots have been flying too long, therefore they cannot fly, therefore this flight's been canceled. Oh, and by the way, there's no flights out tomorrow, so you gotta wait till Wednesday to leave. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I need to get home to my kid's birthday! And we were just missing our kids like crazy. It was kind of like Home Alone, I felt like the mom raced to get home to Kevin, and like every little thing possible hiccup that could happen was happening. So anyway, so I'm sitting there, it's like 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night, and I messaged Melanie, my assistant. I was like, all right, all the flights tomorrow apparently are booked. We need to figure out how to get home, and I need a hotel. Oh, the other thing is that all the flights are canceled, plus there's no flights tomorrow, and there's no hotels available. I'm like, are you kidding me? So Melanie went on and was able to find a flight that didn't leave till next day, like 5, which got us home at 9 like 9:40 at night on Tuesday. So we missed our water park day. And then she booked us a hotel. So we jumped in an Uber, headed to the hotel, slept, hung out all day, and I got a bunch of work done towards the event, which is starting tomorrow. Then we get in our plane, finally, we leave Minneapolis, we fly to Denver, and then we're like, last leg, get home by 9:30, we get in our plane, head to Denver, and guess what happened? Yes, you are right, lightning storm, therefore our flight was delayed again. Anyway, we ended up getting home about 10:30 at night, finally, and I think it was 56 total hours that we were in airports. So that was horrible. We missed the little man's birthday. But today, this morning, we went and celebrated his birthday, got some cool stuff. And now I got to the office because we have an event tomorrow. And I got a lot of work to do before that. So that's kind of what's happening over here. So anyway, there's a catch up of where we've been. And now we can start moving forward again and keep hanging out. So the event tomorrow, I'm excited. It's all of our Inner Circle members and then our old Ignite program. This is the last Ignite event ever. And so we got a bunch of those guys coming as well. I think we got about 100 people coming or so. And it went from kind of a concept to, after spending 56 hours in an airport and geeking out and going through as much marketing stuff as I could consume during that time, it's going to be an amazing event. Like I am crazy excited. I hand sketched out, I think another like 40 new sketches, similar to the .com Secrets book, all with new concepts. I'm hoping and praying that Vlad, my designer, can get them all looking good today so we can get handouts printed for tomorrow. Oh, it's all running together. I don't know if we'll make it all, but anyway, worst case scenario, I'll just resketch them live on a whiteboard for everybody. The event's going to be awesome, and it's actually focusing on the new book, Expert Secrets. And I'm excited for Expert Secrets. We spent about 6 months writing it, and when I was in Bear Lake last month, I basically deleted the whole book and started over from scratch. And the new direction that this is going, I'm really, really proud of. And it's what this whole event is based on. So I'm kind of teaching it out loud so I can make sure that all the pieces make logical sense in my mind before we turn it into a book, which is similar to what I did with .com Secrets book. We rewrote it like 3 times, and I did a live event for 3 days. And then that helped me to like organize the thoughts in a better way. And like when I was teaching on stage, I'm like, that was good. That one didn't make sense. And I need to tweak this. And anyway, it was really cool. So kind of did the same process with this one. So if you want to write a book, that's the secret. Throw an event. It forces you to get everything done in time, and then lets you teach it out loud, which when I don't know about you, when I teach out loud, like I just get different ideas and thoughts, and I figure out what makes sense and what's slow and boring, what's exciting, and what pieces people get, what pieces they don't. So anyway, that's what's happening. Hopefully this book will be done before the end of the year because I'm really excited for it. It's gonna be amazing. All right, with that said, I gotta draw some value for you guys before I get to the office. So when we were in Amsterdam, the second day, my wife and I were walking around downtown, we're walking, and all of a sudden we get to this I think it was the Parliament or some big huge building. We're like, wow, that building's amazing. And also hear like this coughing. We look over and there's this guy with a nice shirt on and a microphone, and he's coughing. And he keeps coughing louder and louder, and gets louder and louder, and keeps doing it, and all these people kind of start coming close. I'm like, what's happening? Like, and he had a unicycle on the ground, a bunch of boxes, a bunch of things, and he had this flame that was there. And so we kind of like get close to him, and he keeps coughing probably like 5 minutes. And we're like, this is weird. We're about to leave, and all of a sudden he stops. He said, everyone, I'm okay. He's like, I'm just trying to get all your guys' attention. And then he said something that I thought was really, really cool. He said, how did he say? He said something like, a show. What do you say? A show without attention is just an accident. I might have screwed that up, but it was basically that. And I thought, that's kind of powerful. Like, how many times do we do something, but no one's paying attention? Therefore, it's just like an accident. Didn't even happen, right? And so in our business, like, are we getting attention first? You get attention first to get people to pay attention, right? So that's the first thing. So I'm watching him as he does that. Gets attention. Then he's okay, I'm going to start the show. And then he goes and he draws this big, huge chalk square around him, pretty big square. And so all these people are like out further from the square. And he said, okay, everyone, like, come up to the square. Like, this is the edge. Come, and he gets everyone to kind of come towards him closer. So he's getting everybody to move towards him. So first he gets attention, second he gets people to move their physical bodies towards him so they're closer, and everyone gets kind of close. And then I started watching it, and I was watching what he was doing, right? And the show ended up being about 45 minutes long. And when all said and done, like, if you look at this, all the show was he juggled fire for 30 seconds. Like, that was it. But it was 45 minutes of build-up and excitement and building rapport. So he did all sorts of things to build rapport. First, he got everyone to pull in close. And then he started... and at first you could tell, like, the crowd was cold, like, what's this guy doing, what's happening? So he's got to, like, he could have just gone on his unicycle, started juggling fire, and, like, it would have been over in like a minute. But if he did that, he would have missed like the whole presentation is what made this thing work, right? So he gets everyone together and he starts talking and starts telling jokes and starts making fun of people in the audience to get them to laugh. He starts getting everybody like talking about fire to like breathe together, which breathing is one of the fastest ways to build rapport. So if you can match their breathing patterns, so he's getting everyone to breathe and like pretend like they're blowing fire to like get everyone breathing the same thing, which instantly builds rapport among everybody, right? So he's getting everyone to build rapport, doing all sorts of just really smart things to build rapport with his audience, for making fun of people, making fun of himself, making fun of like, and just getting people laughing, and like all these things to try to get rapport within this group, right? So then he starts, he's telling jokes and everything, and then he's trying to like train the audience on what he needs them to do, right? So he gets on the unicycle and he's got basically juggling things. He gets people throwing things to him. He's training the audience on what he wants them to do and how to react, right? It's like, okay, when you throw this, he had Colette actually take one of these juggling batons, had her like throw it to him. So like, okay, now when she throws it to me, everyone cheer like crazy. So he's training the audience on how he wants them to respond. Probably another good 10, 15 minutes, right? He's doing this whole thing, training his audience on how he wants and needs them to respond. So the whole thing, he sets up this fire thing and builds up in anticipation, and now we're probably 30, 35 minutes into it. And then he says, okay, this is what's gonna happen, you guys. And then he explains, in a minute, I'm gonna get on my unicycle and we're gonna light fire and we're going to juggle this fire, right? It's like, okay, this is what we've been building up towards. We're so excited. Then before he does, he said, look, now what's going to happen, and this is where he starts asking for money. He says and first thing he does is price justification. He said, look, I'm a street performer. This is how I make my living. He said, if you were to go to the bar right now and you were to go buy a beer or whatever, he's like, it's going to be about five pounds or whatever, right? So he's like, and that's going to take you, maybe a minute to drink, a minute and a half if you're taking your time. He's like, I've been performing for you for almost 45 minutes so far. And he's like, and I would assume that this is worth at least the same as just a quick beer in actual entertainment value. So he's like, so the minimum donation accepted is 5 pounds. The maximum is whatever, 100, right? And so he starts going through, he does this price justification, then he keeps explaining to the audience how to buy, which is, it was so good. I wish I could record this whole thing. So he teaches them how to buy, right? And so, when this is done, so he's coaching them, when this is done, I'm going to juggle my things, fire's going to go, juggling fire, everyone's going to go crazy. I'm going to put my hat out, and everyone's going to come rush to me and give me a minimum of 5 pounds up to 35 or whatever it is, right? And explains and coaches and shows them how to pay him what, he's coaching him this whole time on the responses he wants. Now he's coaching him on how to pay him at the end, which is just brilliant. And then he finally does the thing, gets on the unicycle, juggles fire. The whole show's maybe like a minute long. Boom, gets down. Everyone cheers, and then people start flooding him in droves, bringing him money, and everyone's throwing $5 in it. And again, he coaches. Then some people start walking away. He's like, "Oh, what are you gonna be, a freebie seeker?" Starts calling out the people who just basically came and witnessed it and then ran away. So he calls those people out, so they feel kind of dumb. Then everyone else says, "Oh, I don't want to be called out. Like, I can't leave this because this guy just performed for me the last 45 minutes," and they felt this obligation to pay him. And initially, I probably would have given him maybe like £1 or whatever that is. I think it's pounds there. Anyway, but because I felt obligated, like 5, I was like, okay, I gotta do 5. So we came and gave 5, we gave 5, and I looked at this process. When all said and done, he probably made, I don't know, a couple £1,000s. Like it was impressive. And then everyone just displaced, and he started packing up his stuff, and then he took off. And it was just cool. There were so many cool marketing lessons. One was getting attention. Number 2 was building rapport. Number 3 was training your audience on what you want and need them to do. Number 5 was price justification. Number 6 was the actual show. Number 7 was the call to action to get people to come back and pay. Number 8 would probably be calling out those who didn't take action. And then number 9 was wrapping up the show. So anyway, so many cool marketing lessons in one. I'm totally geeking out watching this guy. My wife's like, this guy's annoying. I'm like, dude, he's kept everyone's attention here for 45 minutes to do a 30-second to 1 minute long show. And at the end of it, he made a ton of money. And like I said, he could have just got up there, juggled fire, and he probably made like $50. But instead, he went through the whole thing and made $500 or $600. So pretty impressive. Anyway, I hope that gives you guys some value, some things you can think about with what you're doing. One of my biggest questions people have is like, I can't get people to show up to my webinar. It's like, what are you doing? Like, this guy spent 45 minutes for a minute-long trick. Like, what are you doing to get people excited and fired up? What kind of videos you doing? Like, what kind of, like, the more, like, you got to be exciting. You got to create attention. You got to create desire to get people to do what you want them to do. And, that's how you get people to show up on webinars, doing all those kind of things. All right, so that said, I'm at the office. Get some work done real quick. Appreciate you all. Have an amazing day. Hey everyone, this is Russell Brunson again. I want to thank you for listening to Marketing Your Car, and I want to make sure that you're plugging into everything that we're doing on a daily basis. And so make sure that every morning you're plugging into the Marketing Your Car training. If you go to marketinginyourcar.com, you can join the email list and make sure you get email notifications when new episodes come out. And you can also get links to all the transcripts of every single show we've done in the past. But then every night, well, not every night, but most every night, I also do a Periscope show called the Marketing Quickie Show. And it's really fun. You can go to Periscope and search my name, Russell Brunson, and subscribe. And every single night you'll get a notification. It'll kind of chirp on your phone, and you'll have me jump on there and give you kind of the end of the day thoughts and ideas and marketing strategies we've been playing with during the day. And maybe even or you should go to marketingquickieshow.com, and over there you can subscribe, you can see past episodes, you can read the transcripts, you can have a bunch of fun. So thanks so much for being faithful listeners. Again, register at marketinginyourcar.com and also marketingquickieshow.com.